Alright, hey, it's Chalk. A lot of you have been asking me to help you forward your ports for Soldier Front. What this does is it's supposed to fix your hit registry in game, meaning like in a training, say with an M4, it'll take 2 to 3 bullets to kill somebody, whereas in a real game it'll take 6 to 8 because our game sucks and lags a lot. This'll make your registry better, so more bullets will register in the other person and they will tank less. Put it that way. This doesn't work for everybody. Some people say it works like magic. Other people say they don't really notice a difference. There's absolutely no harm in doing it. As a matter of fact, IJJI recommends it just to make sure there's no lag. It, in theory, could also fix packet flow problems. I mean, I know some people, they freeze up in game and they're frozen and they look frozen to everybody else, and after a minute or so they'll come back. Just the flow of packets stopped, and this could, in theory, fix that. I haven't proven that yet, because I haven't tried it on someone who had that issue yet. But yeah, I'll show you how to forward your ports. So you'll go into any web browser. Doesn't matter, they all work. You're gonna need to connect to your it's called your local IP address. Now, if you don't know that, you can come here, type in CMD for command prompt. Then you'll type ipconfig. You need to find what's called your default gateway. And your default gateway right here, for me, it's 10.0.0.1. I don't know why mine does that. It's really weird. It's mostly the same for a lot of different routers. Oh, by the way, you need to have a router to do this. If you're connected directly to a modem, you do not need it. But yeah, the default gateway is different for some routers, but the regular one is 192.168. Hold on. Okay, it's either 192.168. Sometimes it's 0, sometimes it's 1. So 192.168, either 0 or 1, and then 1. But I'll just show you mine. I'll go to my default gateway, press enter. It's gonna ask you for it's like a login and password just to log into your router. Now, if you've never touched it before, it's either gonna be admin password or it's gonna be admin. And if neither of those work, then you have a weird router. And then just Google some default passwords for it. Just whatever, like weird ass router version WGR, this router is weird, whatever, and then just default access password. But click OK, log into it. Now mine is simple. I have an option for port forwarding and triggering, but with some other routers that I've seen, it's located in weird places. If you don't have a link, if you have anything that shows firewall settings or advanced settings, click on that. If it says firewall, there's another one called firewall settings, and you have to forward the port and then allow it through a list. But just get to wherever your port forwarding is, and then make sure it's forwarding. Now, here are the services. I already have mine done, but I'll show you how to do it. So you would add a custom service or add a new service depending on your router. Name it whatever. I tend to do IJJI and IJJI 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever you choose to put it. So let's just call it IJJI because I already have it, so I'm not going to apply it. But the first port, let's start with TCP. It's TCP protocol. It's a certain kind of port. The starting port, you should start at 27230, and then the ending port is 27235. Make sure these are open. And then server IP address, make sure it is not the same. With people who it's been the same, they put, like, for instance, for me it'd be 10.0.0 and then some number, and on the other port they put the same number. It does not work. So make sure that you choose a unique server IP address, and I use 39 and 40, but the idea is you put 41, or like one number for one of them and then a different number for the other. So you click apply, but for this purposes I'm not going to because I already have mine. The next one is UDP, and these ports are 22001, and the ending port is 22999. And again, for the server IP, if I had 41 for the last one, I would make it 42, just so it's two different server IPs. So if we go back to, it shows my services, I have IJJI, this would be the TCP one, and I have the IJJI 1, which is UDP, and I have the two different ports. And yeah, that's how you forward ports. You can do this for a lot of things. Some common ones People who host event servers from their computer, they would forward a port. People who torrent, people who certain games you need to forward ports depending on your router. But yeah, if you're connected directly to a modem, you do not need to do this. Having a router is necessary to port forward, and if you don't have a router, then all your ports are open anyway, so you do not need it. Again, this does not work for everybody. Some people, they do it and it doesn't make a huge difference, then you know it didn't work, whatever. There's no harm done. For some people, it makes a huge difference. I had someone that I helped tell me that it went from killing in 8 bullets to killing in 3, like exactly like a training. So, you know, believe what you want. If you want to do this, it's fairly simple. If you have any questions, just add me on Xfire. It's quicksight. I'll be happy to help you. So yeah, have a good day.